Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Oh, good evening.
Oh, fancy seeing you here.
Yeah. Oh, aren't I lucky? Or you're lucky. Someone's
mm,
lucky.
mm,
Probably the people
debatable.
watching are quite lucky, to be honest, Tom.
You reckon?
Because we're on episode 143 of Sit Talking Hobby. Huzzah!
Yeah.
So,
We've
those who
got
are
a
new
few
to the channel,
people sitting around in here as well today. It's like,
they're lucky.
yeah, I mean, we're seeing Friendly Neighbourhoods Inquisitors popped by. Captain Jack, Rules Lawyer, Aaron, and Daryl. So,
Oh my gosh.
just for a start there.
Oh,
Thank you. Anyone else, obviously, put a thing in chat. I'm sure Don will do the standard intro in a second because he loves to do the intro.
I do love to do the intro. Are you ready for the intro, Thomas?
Yeah, go for it.
Welcome, boys and girls, to Sit Talking Hobby, episode 143. And basically, if you're new to the stream, what we do is we sit here, we do some hobby, we have a little chit chat, and we encourage you to do exactly the same. Possibly have a warm or cold beverage with you as well. So tonight, I will possibly be gluing some Renegade Guard and drinking my shandy that I've made.
Oh,
Yeah. But I'm having to siphon the beer out a bit, trying to
I thought you were just
find
watering
out.
it down.
But essentially, I am watering it down with lemonade.
Make it go
Um,
longer.
yeah. So, Tom, what hobby are you working on?
Terminator
Tell
still, but I've made progress. So I can't really. I've got five that are in very different states of model, but yeah, hang on a minute. They've all got stuff going on. I've been doing a bit this afternoon because I finished a bit earlier. So, yeah, this is what I'm working on.
That's good.
I will have them
What's
finished this century.
That's good. Well, there'll be a new edition of Terminators coming out by the time you finish the thing.
How about you?
Just Renegade Guard
That's
tonight.
just it.
So nothing too fancy. I've got a few cultists I might start converting. I was kind of going through. I've got all these.
I mean, you
The
haven't
old
got enough
ones here.
cultists, I don't think.
I love cultists, Tom.
Yeah.
I like having. I tell you what, I've got so many of them. I've probably got, I don't know, let's say 80 cultists.
Not 100 though, is it?
Not 100. It's not 100, Tom. You're completely correct.
100 is a nice round number.
It is a round number. But I do like just adding all these weird little conversions onto some of them. Like with this one here, he's got a little Imperial Guard chainsword. Got a couple arms with like little shanks. This one's got a little knife.
Shanks.
Little,
The old toothbrush special, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. And this, with these as well, you can twist the arms quite nicely. So there's some different poses. What ones have I got here? That's just an assortment of cultists. Sorry, what are people on the chat working on tonight?
Yeah, let's hear everyone in here, because I'm sure some of you must be doing something. And if you're not, why not?
Exactly. You tell him, Tom. So, we did do some hobby this week. We played a game, Tom.
We did. Christ,
What
yeah.
day was that?
Last Thursday.
Thursday, yeah.
Yeah. So I know it's gone a bit. A couple of other things happened in between there, so But yes, we did.
Play God. Yes, sorry. Yeah, we had a little 2-on-2, didn't we?
We did. Bit of 500 point, 500 point, 500 point, 500 point.
Yes.
With a couple of people who are actually in chat, oddly enough. So thank you for coming along, guys. So probably heard we'll be talking about the game. I mean, it's always good to get a review.
It was a good game. It was a fun game. So we had two games. You made it for the first game. You couldn't make it for the second.
Indeedy.
But let's go through the first game. So we had Word Bearers and World Eaters versus Space Wolves and Black Templars. And our friend Lee came along. He hasn't got an army, but I lent him 500 points of World Eaters with the lovely, beautiful data cards. He hadn't played 40k for a long time, I believe. And our friend Dave came along with his Space Wolves, who hadn't really played much of the latest edition either. And we just had a little bit of an improv game, didn't we?
We
had to get to landing pad. Oh, look, okay, landing pad.
I mean, that adjective was very subjective.
True.
For highly melee armies told to go to the jump pad.
Definitely.
I mean,
yeah.
It was bloody.
It was. a lot of fun. And yes, a lot of heads did roll. We all had a special character at least in our armies. I think I had Cypher, we had Khan, we had Helbrick, and we had Grimnar as well
Giving on his sled.
on his sled. So yeah, there was two chapter masters, and a couple of hobo chaos characters.
Hobo
So
Chaos characters. Erebus isn't in
yeah,
40k yet.
whoa, come on, it's not what we need, is it? Um, so I just need this light. There we go. Whoa,
Yeah, and it was just it was more of a fun / reintroduction to the game for some people.
Yes.
Which I think worked very well as a format actually, because it gave everyone a chance to have a look at a couple of units they wanted to play, nothing too heavy. Especially for the new players that are coming back for the first time in a long time, they could just read off the cards and play a very small subset of an army they might like to play.
Yeah, it was lots of fun.
Sorry. Very true, Friendly Neighborhood Inquisitor. Very true.
So I think generally, it's a success. I think everyone had fun, and like people are kind of, I can see at the chat, getting back into the hobby and doing some bits.
Indeed,
because I think sometimes you just need that kind of like initial dice rolling and get tape measure and kind of
get a little taste back for it, you know.
A little taster, exactly. Which was
maybe we should start running taster sessions, Dom.
Yeah, exactly. Just take it down to a seafront or something. Just set up a little table and invite people over to play.
In midwinter, I think.
Midwinter.
It's probably the best time to do it.
Midwinter. And then after you left, Tom, we had a couple more people turn up. And we had a 5-way game, which was insane. I played Sisters of Battle. Lee was still playing the World Eaters. Dave was playing Space Wolves. Friend Gavin came over and he was playing Gene Stealer Cult. And our friend Daryl was playing Craftworld Elder. And everyone had 500 points. I was in the middle on said landing pad. And the objective was the same: get to the landing pad and evac the planet. And it was just absolutely bloody and atrocious. And a couple of people completely ignored the landing pad. My
Surely
poor
not.
Sisters of Battle were trying to protect it from the filthy Xenos. And yeah, we had Elder climbing up there. We had Khan with some berserkers climbing up there. And gradually the Sisters of Battle were getting killed off. But it was a lot.
I'd say that's probably one person you don't want to see when you look over a rampart.
What, Khan?
It's Khan with a couple of, just even one World Eater with him. Yeah, he's sort of like going, oh, this nice easy defense. Then you sort of look over and just see, no, this is not good.
Yeah, it was not good. Poor old Khan. I think he killed a whole squad of I think it was Retributors.
Oh yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, he just
the heavy weapon ones, yeah.
Yeah, without even like
blinking.
Without blinking, they're just gone. I was like, no.
They walked into his chain axe over and over again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But
I'm just going to keep swinging.
Yeah. You get in the way, it's your fault. Horrible. That guy is just brutal.
Let's have a little look through Chatterino here quickly. Rules Light is chilling out. I was doing some Legion Imperia Solar Auxilia. God, that's a mouthful. Building Bane Blades for this for a game this weekend. Very nice. Friend said I'll be painting up some Leagues of Votan when I get home tonight. Dave is doing some Blade Guard. Dave, good. Glad you put the brush back up. Keep it up. Friend Neighborhood Inquisitor. Yeah, I mean, yeah, sorry. Erebus got promoted to Hobo. I thought Sacco shit was a good rank for him. Don't know how you feel about that one.
Valid. I'm not really an Erebus fan myself.
I know you're not.
So, yeah.
But you do play well.
Backfired on you, Inquisitor.
Insane in the membrane. Yeah, it was insane in the membrane. And then Khan made an 11-inch charge to get on the pad. Oh, there we go. There's a bit we missed there. Oh, and Daryl's doing some Blood Angel Blade Guard as well, pardon me. And painting some Cruel as last few weeks.
Yeah, I think I'd like to see the Blade Guard from Dave and Daryl if they're making any particular Blood Angel additions to them or painting them up as Blood Angel, and similar for the Space Wolves there as well.
Mm.
How it's going about. Because our friend Lee, who did take part, has been thinking about doing Raven Guard, which I know,
Yeah.
Captain Jack, you're a big Raven Guard fan. Big fanboy of the Raven Guard.
The old
Like,
RG.
The old RG, the original RG. Like, what is their thing? What like combat weapon would they prefer? Because I always
Knives.
think of them. Yeah, I kind of think of them along those lines. Maybe a little katana, kind of like sneaky boys. Yeah, maybe throwing knives. Maybe need throwing knives in them. Where obviously with Space Wolves, you think probably axes. Blood Angels, very ornate swords, I think.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Templars all have two-handed swords. I think that would make them. That would be quite cool. Two-handed chainswords, all of them.
Nice. Eviscerators.
Just eviscerators, yeah. Just eviscerate. Don't, no point of playing defense. Just eviscerators.
Yeah, defense for the weak. The unholy.
Yeah, the unholy can't get past the guard.
Exactly. You just got to keep attacking. It's the only way forward. Daryl said he's going to be adding some wing iconography at some point.
Yeah, I think we were talking about that, weren't we? I think a few weeks ago about the new Sanguine Guard, wasn't it? I think it was.
Yeah.
How obviously they've got those baby wings now.
Teeny tiny wings.
Yeah. I don't think it looks right personally, but it's the only thing that's bad about the model, actually, I think.
Yeah, I think there should be a happy medium between. I was looking at the old ones, and I do think the wings are too big. So
I could probably get behind that, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they need to kind of bring them back in a little bit, or make them more like the Gemini and Celestine wings.
Yeah.
Instead of these rigid ones. So there's got to be something you can do with them. But
But
I do agree they need bigger wings.
It's like someone on the machine that does the design accidentally hit reduce by 80% by accident or something, and they just went.
Yeah.
And then you got these. What's this?
Yeah. What am I going to do with these?
What are these? These aren't wings. These are flaps.
They're not going to lift me up anywhere. Yeah, exactly. Not everyone's a fan of flaps.
No.
That's the thing we got to remember.
Oh dear, Dom. Nothing, mate.
Saying, Tom.
I know you are. You said it.
Yeah, so there we go. Anyway, where we get back to? Captain Jack. Raven Guard are the best guard. Claws is kind of their OG weapon of choice. Oh, yeah, that would be quite cool.
Actually, I suppose Lightning Claws would. Yeah, because Shrike's known for his claw set, isn't he? He's got the single claw, isn't he?
Yeah, Shrike's got a claw.
Yeah.
Korax like claws. What about whips? I swear Korax had a whip at some point.
Whip?
I might be wrong.
And you're not talking about like a vehicle, yeah? Like a really.
No, I'm not. But I think
a pimped out rhino.
Yeah.
This is my whip.
Yeah, exactly. But I think maybe something on. Yeah, don't have to go swords all the time. Let's avoid swords. Rules like that. There are lots of great upgrades in the heresy range that can be used in 40k to add characters and space wings. Yes, very true. I've used a lot of those recently. And a lot of the old fine cast ones. I think Night Lords, World Eaters, and Word Bearers. And when I was making up my Legionnaires, I was kind of adding these little bits in because I was like, it'd be quite cool if over the last 10,000 years they've got some looted armor and they've just gone, it's a Night Lord helm. I'll chuck that in. Or
you've had the answer to your question as well.
Bearers. Yeah.
He had a whip on his model. It was coiled on his belt.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there's something you can use. But yeah, I think it'd be quite cool if you had a little personal spin, make him a bit more Raven Guardy than just generic swords and shields, if you can.
Yeah.
Depending how far you want to go down that kind of like rabbit hole of customization. And also price as well. Let's be honest, price can be quite a significant factor.
When you start modding
converting models.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know this very well because Templars is a two-part upgrade. Buy the base model, buy the upgrade sprues, and the upgrade sprues nowadays are not quite as generous as they used to be. But luckily because I've built a lot of my rank and file already, I don't have to go too crazy on those nowadays. So it's not too bad.
Absolutely, yeah, it can add up. Especially, look, I think if you're looking to, you've got an image in your head what you want to do with particular models, like how you're going to go about it and what you're going to buy. Like, are you going to bother trying to convert out of bits you already have? Are you going to go on to another third-party website for a particular part?
Mm-hmm.
Search eBay for that part, or possibly, which I've done before, is buy a whole model for a particular part.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Yeah, and I mean the thing is with that particular example, I got the Warpsmith kit for the axe and the hand for my executioner, and then kind of made up the executioner. It looked amazing. I'm really happy how he turned out. And then I had a Warpsmith kit missing an arm. So I was like, well, Word Bearer Warpsmith, I tell you what would be quite good. He's probably been mutated at some point or possessed. So I'm going to use a possessed arm instead of that.
Yeah,
and
there you
kind of
go.
copy it as. And it worked out well. So happy days.
There's always a way around it with modding.
Yeah.
Typically.
Absolutely.
Probably more so for Iron Hands.
Mm. Definitely. Right. So where are we in the old chateau? Solemn RIP to nipple armor. Yeah. Sad times. Sad times for nipple armor. Yeah.
Devastate.
I'm not sure if I'm going to miss it or not, really, to be honest.
I'm not that bothered about that, to be fair.
No? You have any strong thoughts on nipple armor?
Yeah, it shouldn't exist.
Shouldn't exist. Interesting, Tom.
I think it's an unnecessary addition to the 40k universe.
Well, yeah, let's agree to disagree. I think maybe sometimes we need to represent nipples more in
More nipple.
40k. More nipple, yeah. Bring back nipples. Third nipple.
Maybe on some of your possessed, maybe.
Maybe I will. Maybe I'll paint them up to have a little nipples coming all like a nipple on the knee or something. Really, just to mix it up a little bit.
You can call them the nipple
chaos.
squadron.
Crazy chaos. Looks absolutely normal, but it's got a nipple on the knee.
You can hide them on all your models individually. Just dot one, and you basically tell your opponent before he starts going. By the way, all my models have got 3 nipples, but bet you can't find them all. There you go.
Or maybe multiple nipples, where you can kind of go designate the squad number. So when the war band, they're like, oh,
Christ! Please don't do 10-man squads, Dom.
Exactly.
Just a guy with a face covered.
Covered nipple face.
Are those pimples? No.
Blarnesh likes you.
Oh God. Okay.
Right. Anyway, away from the nipples. Rules lawyer there. He had a whip on the model. It was cool. It was about nice. Good. See, he had a whip. Rules lawyer. He has a few fighting styles on his profile. Menu weapons. Weapons. Jack used to be Raven Guard armies and lots of Vanguard vets with jump packs. Dual lightning claws back in the day. They've lost a bit of the original look since Primaris don't have weapon options. Yeah.
But Vanguard vets are actually still a legal model, I believe. So just not the Stern Guard. Yeah, Stern Guard. I think
they've got new Stern Guard models, haven't they?
Correct.
So
whereas Vanguard, I think, are still actually a legit models, I believe.
Yeah, I don't think they've changed the Vanguard. But yeah,
I'm sure they will be next on the list. They do like to release a codex and then.
So what are they armed with at the moment, Vanguard?
Heirloom weapons and you can do a combination of like shields and stuff like that on them as well. But it's heirloom weapons typically. I'll tell you, I'll pull their stat tree up in a second.
See what they've got. Have a look at the Vanguard vets. Oh, hello, Scott Curtis. If this is the Scott Curtis I'm thinking of, yes, Mr. Did have a whip, and that would look awesome. Yeah, see, Whips and shields, baby.
It's the best way to play them, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think whips would be cool. There must be models of whips already.
Well, I mean, Repentia. You could do the.
Yeah,
There you go. I'm pretty sure there's some Slanesh models that would probably have whips. I'm going to guess.
maybe. You can mix it up. You could do whips and claws. That sounds like some sort of club.
It does. Yeah. That could be the squad name.
Yeah, whips and claws. Signing up.
Yeah, so they do Vanguard veterans with a jump pack still. They have okay. No, they have a Vanguard veteran weapon now,
Ooh,
which is basically a +1 strength chainsword.
okay.
So it's strength 5 -1 AP. And ability wise, they have each time a unit charges, they get lethal hits basically with melee weapons,
Okay.
which is pretty meh. But if you still want to run them, you can. Is what I'm getting at.
Hmm. Yeah, I
Um,
don't know what you do really, because the thing is, you want to be converting a kit bashing, but at the same time, you kind of want to future proof.
yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't go out and buy them now. Let's put it that way. That's not. I don't think that's a good economy for your army. Because you'll probably end up. I suspect they'll get. They might not get an exact replica model, but they might make a veteran assault squad or something like that, where you can either have them on foot or not. Because actually, they've already done that, haven't they? They've already got blade guard veterans and things like that, haven't they? So it's I think a mobile version of the assault. Obviously, because they've got the assault marines, it's only a small step to go to a veteran assault company or something like that. But I suppose it depends on how it fits with your army, doesn't it? So
Yeah, I mean the new Stern Guard, for instance. Obviously, they Primaris them a little bit, but weapons options, they're pretty much essentially the same models,
let's have a look.
aren't they?
I don't think so. Where are we here? Stern Guard veteran squads. So if I add one to my list here, they're 90 points for starters,
Okay.
just to give you a bit of. And for that 90 points, you get 5.
Ooh.
And by default, they all come with a Stern Guard bolt pistol and a Stern Guard bolt rifle. So the rifle, so they get essentially their assault, 2 shots each,
Nice.
devastating wounds. They
Yep.
count as heavy and rapid fire 1.
Okay.
You can give combi weapons, which, as you know, right, although it is anti-infantry
many
4
can you-
plus with devastating wounds.
Yes, that's chosen. How many can have the combi bolters?
Any number of models can have the combi.
So yeah, you could still use your old Stern Guard models then, couldn't you? Because the only difference, by the sound of it, would be the bolt rifle.
Yeah, because
Only Primaris have
well,
bolt
it depends how
rifles.
you because used to run Stern Guard veterans. You could give them lots of heavy. You could give them lots of combi plasma or plasmas as well, plasma guns.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, combi plasma is still just a combi weapon, though, isn't it?
Hmm.
Yeah, so you could
Yes.
just run them as.
Oh yeah, if you don't mind about the look of them, because obviously back in the day
Yeah,
they
yeah,
used to give
yeah,
you
yeah. I mean,
yeah, I know.
it doesn't matter,
Just
does
yeah,
it? If you already own them,
and
you
then
don't want to
you
spend
and
money.
essentially you can give for every 5 you have, you can give them a heavy, either a pyre cannon,
Yep.
or a Stern Guard heavy bolter, which is basically a heavy bolter. Actually, it's just a heavy bolter. That's it. Yeah, nothing.
Yeah,
Just,
everyone.
it's got devastating wounds on it, though. To be fair, so
Oh, nice.
all of it has devastating wounds, basically. Um,
Yeah, interesting. I think you could just use them, couldn't you?
oh yeah, oh yeah. No, if you want to do it, yeah, go for it.
That's what I kind of mean. Going
Yeah,
back to the Vanguard, look at
yeah.
it. You could just arm your Vanguard with lightning claws, say they're heirloom weapons or whatever.
Well, I think that's why they call them veteran weapons. I think because it
Yeah,
gives
exactly.
it gives the kind of option to just play them how you want. Yeah, same thing with heirloom, because it meant whatever you had. Even if you'd given them all power weapons, didn't really matter, because
Yeah.
you could just put them under that brush.
Yeah, I mean, I quite like that. That you can just kind of actually that gives you quite a bit of conversion possibility, because they do that quite a bit with chaos, where you can you can chuck in what you want and
Yes,
just say, oh, it's this weapon, because that's what it is.
and
Because previously,
ironically, in theory, you could take your assault squad Primaris Marines and say they are Vanguard veterans if you gave them power weapons.
Yeah.
The size doesn't really matter. It's just, it's more what they're armed
Yeah,
with.
yeah,
So.
absolutely. That's what I mean as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the old boy Stern Guard and the new Primaris Stern Guard, you just go, well, the stats, the fundamental stats are the same.
Mm-hmm.
The weapons are slightly different, obviously, but if you're giving them all custom bolters, it doesn't matter.
Right. 2 hours ago, say, how dare you slander nipple armor? Next thing you'll tell me is nips on the batsuit was a bad idea. It was a bad idea.
What's Tom? All right, I think for the future of the channel, we've got to just move on from this subject because that's a ridiculous.
I'm just reading a comment from our chat. It's our fan.
You already said your personal thoughts on nipple armor and the batsuit in particular. I think you're going too far.
I know you're getting for Christmas now.
You've had too much to drink.
Yes. The new Sangre Guard are tied to the new Cotes for worst models of the year. So much character has been lost. So much grimdark has slipped away into cartoony, kid-friendly, bland, and boring. Well, that's quite a statement.
Whoa.
Mr. Rules Layer. I mean, don't hold back. I don't know. I'm trying to think if the old Sangre Guard had a gritty feel to them. I don't know if they did. Maybe more gothic, maybe.
I would say possibly. I mean, the thing is, if they came out now, I think at the time the Sangre Guard were cool models, because they were a bit different. They had their unique look. If those models came out now as they were, and we hadn't seen them before, I think people would probably be a bit upset with them. I think at the time they were great. Now they're not as great as they were. You put them on a battlefield it's a hard one because you put them on a battlefield next to your standard Primera stuff and you'd be like, they look ridiculous. However, you would hope Games Workshop would up the ante and bring out some new models that would do those justice. So I don't know.
Rules, I don't worry. I'm not having to go. It's fine. It's everywhere. It's all opinions at the end of the day. We don't mind. So it's all
absolutely,
good.
Absolutely. It's kind of that thing that we've all got our own opinion. We're not all going to be happy with those models.
It's like
whatever,
you're never going to let
range comes out.
You're never going to get me to like an ATV
unless you own 3.
No, I will sell them.
No, and you will make them, and you will love them.
What else? The new Warhammer Plus subscription Inquisitor model is insanely awesome. I agree with that. I think Rules Always There's basically saying why couldn't that have been the new name character for the Inquisition thing? It's a very good question, to be fair. It's a very good question.
It's weird, isn't it? I mean, I love that new Inquisitor model. I will be getting that and looking to get some more Imperial bits to add to my Imperial off force, shall we say? It's not really one particular thing. Because that model is just beautiful. I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, oh, what should I paint it as? What? I mean, I think it's already in red, so I'm like, oh, I'll avoid that. People are going to expect me to do it.
Don't do it. But green and copper.
Green and copper.
Fit it in with your sisters.
Yeah, no, I've got an idea. What I'm going to do with that, and I love it. It's beautiful. Even the AOS guy and his little sidekick, I think, are quite cool models as well. But yes, why couldn't they just left Cortez and kind of gone, here we go, it's you.
His new one.
Done.
Cortez died.
Yeah, he's dead. Yeah, do a Yarrick, say he's dead.
He said, yeah. And then bring him back in 20 years' time, saying, oh, just found him under an orc.
Yeah, exactly.
An orc was an orc was swaddling him.
Who's my little baby? Little baby Cortez. Have a gummy.
I hate that Vanguard veterans have generic weapons. The whole point of them was to kit them out. Yeah, I think we were just making that point. Yeah, it's fair. I think we were just trying to make the point as well that you could use them now with the rule set because they've adjusted to the way that you could just do that. But yeah, I agree. The customizability of them used to be really cool. What else got here? I equipped
sorry. Yeah, so I was kind of briefing on this earlier about customizing. I am very pro generic weapons.
Mm, I'm going
I
around that
think
way.
you can mix in a power fist or a thunder hammer, and they will allow you to put a thunder hammer or a power fist in. But when it's a vague description of that weapon, I'm like, do what you want. Like, you
Yeah,
don't have to go with a power sword. You can have a power whip or power
yeah. I get what
claws
you mean. I get what you
or
mean.
a chain axe and do what you want. But I'm pro it because it makes it easier as well. Because if you have like Chaos Terminators and you go, oh, this one's got a power maul, this one's got a chain fist, these two have got power fists, this one's got a chain axe. You're there forever, and
Yeah.
it doesn't fundamentally make much of a difference because you're not going to wound anyone
No.
anyway. So
No.
you're just wasting your time.
No, because ultimately, as long as when you're playing it, you say he's got there's two power fists in there, done,
Yeah,
or whatever. You know,
yeah.
you could technically have them as long as you represent them in a way that looks fair. I couldn't care less, quite frankly, either. It doesn't.
Yeah, because you
It's
just
yeah.
go, these four are armed the same. This guy's got a thunder hammer. Done.
But I do
And
miss the customizability of being able to kit certain units out that are the elite one, the properly elite ones, a little
yeah,
bit. But it's just I think it's one of those things we're going to have to adjust to because I don't think Games Workshop's going to go back that way anytime soon because
and
it's probably cheaper then for produce kits in that manner as well because they're not having to do multiples of X this and X that and X that. You know, but it takes a little bit away, but at the same time, it makes the game play easier. So,
I just think conversion possibilities are a lot higher
yeah,
than they were.
that makes sense. Yeah, yeah,
And the thing is, as well, if we kind of look at we can give all the Sanguine Guard or whoever, all
mm.
the Death Company Thunder Hammers, and there's no points adjustment for it anymore. Like, where's the balance there?
Yeah.
Everyone's armed with a power, like a Thunder Hammer. That's not fair.
I don't know. It sounds fair to me, says my Terminator Soul Squads.
Yeah, but no, I love the kit bashing
Yeah,
possibility.
I
And
get,
if
I get where you're coming from. It does make
yeah,
sense. It gives it more range for having things look cool but work the
mm,
same way without tipping the balance. So,
yeah.
or having to model them in a very specific way as well. That's the other thing. Um, Dale says, "High Gothic and angelic for sure. The new ones they look chubby." I think he was obviously referring to the Sanguinary Guard there. They look chubby. Don't know,
Muscular.
muscular. Or
Look at
maybe that's
muscular.
what maybe that's what happened. The wings are the same size, but the model's gotten really fat.
Maybe they've gone for the whole Bugs Life caterpillar look, where it's like, oh, look at my beautiful wings. Come, yeah,
um,
I'm a beautiful butterfly.
the heads, weapons, and banner wing pack are awesome. I'll be adding wings and possibly changing their heads and masks. Says Daryl.
Mm.
The ATV does suck. Thank you, rules lawyer. I completely agree. So does Dom secretly. He just wants me to buy them. I think for some reason. Don't know why. Just wants me to run Outriders and ATVs.
Yes,
It's not gonna happen.
you
Just
just
like I
turned
won't.
it into
Just like
a
I won't get those horrible
cavalry aspect.
long-range shooty devastator thingies that came out with their
I forget what
torpedo
the names are.
launchers or
No,
Team Arnold Schwarzenegger.
ATVs, Outriders, Chaplain on a bike. Is there any other option with person on a bike, HQs on a bike?
No, not really.
Or is it just
No,
Chaplain?
they've only got a chaplain on a bike if I remember correctly. I don't think they've even got a captain anymore.
Land speeders, and you go for a Black Templar kind of cavalry charge and use the White Skull rules,
Yeah.
and that would be amazing. That's what you need to do, Tom. That's your next hobby
Well,
plan.
it's my next hobby plan. It's a highly. To be fair, I wouldn't mind dipping into the land speeders because I like the look of the new ones personally. I just haven't really had the reason to buy any because I think as we said the last few times we spoke is when you play a certain way, it's like why would I want to take a land speeder? It's just something I'm not gonna. It's quite sad
Yeah,
sometimes when you get locked into playing a certain way because you completely disregard some units out of pure. Even if you like the look of them, you're like, oh, I don't. It's just going to sit on a shelf.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a tough one, isn't it? But I find like probably a bit for yourself or other people in the stream tonight when your collection for, let's say, my word bearers get to a certain point,
Mm-hmm.
you then go, well, I've got all the options I
Yes.
possibly can for this. But I like the idea of tanks. So in my mind, I'm like, right, so I've got a Chaos Lord who's joined the 83rd, who maybe was an Iron Warrior, and they really love siege warfare. So they're probably all about tanks now. And then with the new rules, you can use an Iron Warrior, the Fellhammer detachment.
Yes.
So it gives you some customization, and it allows you to play and paint up and convert word bearer tanks and just say that's what the detachment is.
Well, I mean, prime example. Think how long it took me to come around to the new Space Marine tanks.
Yeah,
I only really
exactly.
started using them, I think, this past year or so.
Mm.
Um, Admittedly, that was because we were playing some tournaments. I fancied trying out some of the stronger units. 'Cause I never really tried them. But actually, when I got them made them, I thought actually they don't look half bad. Actually, when you take them as
Yeah,
what they are, I quite like the hover stuff, and I think that's why I would also be quite interested in trying out the land speeder range because I like the bigger ones as well. They look quite cool. So
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
what else got going on here? I don't mind power weapons being rolled into one profile, but it covering anything from a pocket knife up to a great weapon doesn't work. It's fair point. A fair few of my old kit bashes were done with old rules of power weapons in mind. Power spears, daggers, like generic rules work well for them. I think that's kind of what you were saying, Dom.
Yeah,
Friend of Chris says, I like the generic weapons to a point. If it were me, here's all the categories: Thunderhammer, Power Fist, Chain Fist, Lightning Claws, Power Weapon, and Chain Swords. Maybe mix the hammers and fists into a heavy power weapon. I think that's pretty much
yeah,
what Chaos have, hasn't it? Because they normally have a
yeah,
heavy
yeah,
version of the same max,
absolutely.
don't they? Or
And
the
it
yeah,
gives you a nice conversion possibility. So in my squads, I put power fist. I'm like, well, it's heavy melee weapon. I got an eviscerator, heavy melee weapon. I got a death guard, flail, and I'm like, well, that's a heavy melee weapon. So you can kind of like make stuff up as you go along a little bit. Put a thunderhammer in, heavy melee
yeah.
weapon. It doesn't just chuck it all under
It
the
means you
same
can have
category.
Thunderhammers without really having Thunderhammers, see, and everyone wins.
Exactly. Everyone wins.
You can't tell me that there's not been a single Chaos company anywhere, or Chaos that Legion that hasn't gone, killed some Thunderhammer wielding Terminators and gone, I'll just leave them there.
Yeah.
I won't take
Yeah,
them.
and it's all sorts of fun you can do. Like when it comes to like mutations, Garwell's got a massive mutated like hammer tentacle thing.
He fell
You
asleep
go,
one night with his hand on a hammer.
yeah, and
And
merged
it
one.
just merged one.
Merged into done. Happy days. How
uh,
it works.
What else got here? So maybe I built my squads for the design theme and style. So lots of swords for Dark Angels. Cool.
Yep.
Aaron
Nice.
Brown saying trying to write my lists up for War Orc combi weapons are hilariously useless option. Fair enough. I haven't been into the Orc combi weapons, so I assume they're amusing. Um, rules all I really want is a few pages in the back of Codex. Rules not for idiots and small children. Just lists of extra weapons that models can have, and so characters and squads can be customized. Fair enough. Some simple lists of options allow older models and common conversion kit bashes, even if it has a narrative play only or turns any converted unit into a Legends unit. Very well. I'm sure. Fair. If you were playing me, I wouldn't have a problem allowing certain things happening. And I'm pretty sure Dom is exactly the same way in many things.
Yeah, I think in some of the old rule books, they had like generic power weapon, which is just power weapon, and then you'd have a power spear, which give you a very slight stat change and blah blah blah. But no, I never knew anyone who would go, "Oh well, that's a power spear," and you'd be like, "Oh well, it's just a power sword." So you can put all these rules in for particular weapon types, but not everyone's going to use them anyway. They're just going, "Oh, the power sword."
And also,
Because
we see this in tournaments. People don't bother even obeying the WYSIWYG rules in there anyway. They
yeah,
just take what they want. That's got everything on it. So
yeah.
is that all right? Well, you haven't modeled any of it. It literally is just. It's,
And
it's,
it goes, "Did I say it is all right?" And you have to go, "Yes." I
yes,
just
it's
want to get
fine
this game
because
over."
I'm not an asshole, basically. And then last one before we go into some entries for the challenge, obviously, because we should probably get around to doing that at some point tonight. Harry Master goes into how Chaos Forces get new Ceramite weapons for their warbands. It's pretty much all looted.
Yeah,
Which is...
absolutely.
Right. Challenge time. So, last month, I can't believe it's already been a month. This month has gone like lightning. We asked to paint something to the best of your ability. It could be a single part model, could be one model, could be multiple models. But you put as much effort as you can into it. Essentially, it was a way to give you a challenge that you could make as difficult or as easy as you wanted.
Yes.
That was basically it. And
Yep.
4 people have answered the call.
Huzzah!
So let me bring up in a second, guys. Let me just get the right Visio. Here we go. Let's grab this one here. These are in no particular order, so we'll start with Friendly Neighbourhood Inquisitor's entry, which I hope is right. That's what I labelled it as anyway, so it better be the right one. Obviously, if any of these are wrong, just shout at me. Oh, there we go. Ta-da! So, just so, Freddie, as you're in chat, what was was there any particular part of this that was the main part that you were kind of looking at getting? So I assume it was a whole model as the concept, or was it just a singular part of it you put the most effort into? As you're on the stream, feel free to answer. And while you're answering, I will flip around the other 3 pictures I have for this model.
Yes, please do, Thomas. Let's wait for a reply there. However, I am just going to start talking.
Go for it.
That's what
I'm gonna do it round again. Don't worry.
Yeah, no, I'm loving the wings. The wings on the jump pack, they are
nice
absolutely
addition.
awesome. Yeah, it's a great addition. Nice bit of custom work there.
Go back to the front for a minute.
Back to the front. Back to the front. Nice. And
yeah.
Of course, the amazing flame effect that we're seeing a little bit now, haven't we? And yeah, it's getting closer and closer to perfecting it. Does a lot better than I could. Oh, and I've got a reply there. Just went through and did edge highlighting wherever appropriate, and freehand flames and stencil dragon on the shield. Plus our awesome pack.
Ah, Pop Goes the Monkey. It was an actual pack. Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? Nice. You've done a bit of stencil work in the past, haven't you, Tom?
Yeah, I've done it for I think Maltese crosses and stuff like that. And on the top of rhinos, if I wanted to get because it's not the easiest thing to freehand in the middle of a thing. Personally, I'm not a huge freehander myself, so stencils are quite handy in that particular respect. So I haven't tried them on flames. I think that'd be quite interesting to try.
I don't think so he's not done it on the flame. He's just done it on a dragon.
Oh, so yeah, I mean, it would be interesting to try on flames as well, though, because I think I've seen those ones that you can get where you peel off a layer and it gradually adds a bit to each part of the flame as well, so you can build up the layers. But it's probably quite time consuming. But anyway, Friendly Neighbourhood Inquisitor, well done. Thank you for contributing.
Yeah, well done. Love it. Well done.
A round of applause.
Clap, 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 clap.
And next up, we'll do yours next, Rules Lawyer. I've taken 2 out of a few pictures you had. Oh Christ, this has got bigger. How does it get bigger? I shrunk this down already. So as you said, this is a last minute one from you, and you have obviously clarified that it was just sort of touched up. So which is fair enough. But thank you for at least putting something in there. If it's good to have people put entries in because it gives us things to talk about on these streams, which is great. So there is one aside, and I think I've got the back of this because I quite like the cape on this one.
That's a blending, isn't it? I believe.
Yeah.
There we go. Nice. Yeah, that is really tasty wolf-based love. I said has it got a particular chainsword name? Let's say.
I think they're just chainswords, but I think they just have them slightly differently.
Well, this is Ragnar, isn't it? So he's probably named his chainsword something fancy.
Like Ragnar's, yes, it might be.
Ragnar's bite. Let's call it that. But no, I love it. It's a nice bit of like we see a bit of airbrushing gone on there, and it kind of fades off. But I think especially the cloak is the standout part of this model because he has a named weapon. Of course, he's got a named weapon. Yeah, very biter. The Ferry
Um,
Fighter.
so just while I'm looking at something else here, very
Yeah.
obviously Daryl just said he would like to put his Dante up. Daryl, I'll have to exclude you from the challenge, but I'm happy to put the model up because you obviously painted a bit. Probably wasn't with this in mind, so. I just want to be fair to the other people that entered everything in the spirit of the challenge, if that makes sense. So don't feel offended if you're not including that, but we will put your I will definitely put yours up at the end because I know it's one of your it's a model you it's the first model you painted in a little while. So I'll just locate that while I bring up the next model. So anyway, that was rules on.
Frostfang, by the
So
way.
Frostfang.
Frostfang's the name of the weapon.
So well,
Um,
thank you for sending us your work.
yeah,
Rules
really nice.
Yeah.
Thank you, rules
So,
lawyer. That's really nice. Like I said, blend and the fairy cloak.
mhm.
So amazing stuff. Thank
So
you very much.
congrats. Have a round of applause.
Everybody, ready? Clap, 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 clap.
Keeping it wholesome.
Yes. Keep it wholesome.
Now we'll have Aaron's entry. Oh god, it's gone into a tiny thing. And here's some nuts painting here. This is Aaron's entry. I assume it's a mech, a big mech or mech. I'm assuming.
Big boy mech. Big boy mech.
Hopefully you can see that.
I can see that. Need it bigger?
Do you want it bigger?
Yeah, there we go. No, that's good. That's good.
I can make it huge, but
yeah.
there you go. I can
That
do.
looks
I'll tell you.
nice.
No, what I'll do is I'll do because obviously yeah, it's difficult to do it. There you go. Well, I'll scroll up the other half of the picture in a second, so that you can have a closer look.
Where are you, baby Cortez?
Yeah.
I'm gonna find you.
Oh
and
dear.
I'm gonna swaddle you.
All right.
You like to have been swaddled before?
Have you been swaddled before?
I think the
Oh
thing is,
dear.
if there was more swaddling, I think the
Be less war.
be less war. Yeah,
More
people would feel
more
a bit
swaddling, less war in the 41st million. Yeah.
exactly.
I see.
Right, where to start? Where to start?
I don't know. Yeah, this was
Aaron's entry. I think he's done a bit of everything on here.
yes.
So
Aaron, if
I
you
think
are
he's
there,
done-
if you want to talk through any particular parts that you did do specifically for this, or if it was just the whole shebang, but yeah, very interested to know what your, obviously I suppose your intentions were, and what you were trying to show off. While that's doing that, I'm just going to quickly scroll this up a bit as well, so you can have. He's done some slightly more detail. I don't know if it was these 4 bits on the bottom that was the specific bits you were picking out for us.
I believe he did some of the metal work on the axe. I believe the banner as well, or that mech head, the icon head kind of thing going on there. Oh, here we go.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah, I mean, Aaron,
that was Buzzgob. Sorry, Dom. I was trying to remember the. He looked familiar, and I couldn't remember the name of the damn thing. Buzzgob, because he was an old Forger model.
Yeah, he was.
Yes.
Yes. Amazing model. I love that you have repainted it and kind of yeah, I can
Bring him up to date.
Do something else. But yeah, the skin tones are great. I think especially for orcs, when you do the skin tone correctly, it just looks absolutely amazing, which you've achieved here.
Adds a certain level of yeah.
Yeah, the metalwork, it looks brilliant, especially on the axe. It just shines out.
Oh, so from a decade ago you used to repaint. Nice. And as usual, I'm going to say your bases are up to scratch as you. I don't know.
Yeah, Aaron does. Have a good base.
Aaron does do some amazing bases sometimes on his models. Not sometimes, all the time. That'd be rude to say sometimes. I was trying to be, diplomatic.
Yeah, and it's nice. Like it's not just with Aaron, but other people who do these painting entries. Is when you see them do different ranges as well. So obviously with Aaron, we've seen his Death Watch, for instance, and his orcs, and you can see like the different bases, different themes are going on, and it's nice when you can see that other people's armies as well, that they're just trying different things rather than just going for the one thing they know they're capable of. It's just like, I'm going to try something else, and I'm going to push it a bit further than I normally do. So yeah, Aaron, amazing job.
Indeed.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you for sharing.
And you definitely deserve the
Round of applause.
clap, 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 clap.
We do have one more.
Yeah.
I don't think Orcs is in chat tonight, is he?
I haven't seen him.
If he is, though, speak up. But we know that this is the one I assumed that you wanted as an entry because you kind of put a couple of things in. But this was one you were sort of saying. I think you said I've done the flames on it, which I really want to do, and now I'm going to get on with something else. So I assumed it was the flames you want us to look at because we did say it could be an aspect of the model, and it was these inceptors here.
Yep.
There's loads of them here. There's more down here, but I think these top three give the best visual representation of what was on the model. So this is basically he wanted us to look at the flames out the jetpack as an effect, and also as a really cool alternative to a stand for the model. Because I just realised that there's no plastic there, but that is a much nicer way of doing that.
Yeah, definitely. I think with flames, it just makes it kind of just stand out quite a lot as well. It's a beautiful effect when you get the fire going nicely. And like you said, those plastic stands that you get for the
they're
models,
horrendous. I don't even know why they bother. They're able to say, just make your own stand because.
Yeah, we don't know what we're doing here.
Yeah,
we'll give you half the model and work out the rest from there.
But yes, excellent oranges and good use of blacks in there as well to make that because a lot of people miss the blacks on flames, and I think that can be quite an important part of them. So
I would love to see it, Orkster, when you finally finish these models, to come back and show us how it all looks like tied together. Because I'd like to see like if there's an additional light source going on with like the backs of the legs. I think that could look really nice.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. Yeah.
But yeah, they're really good models. So Orkster, amazing as always, my friend.
Well done.
You deserve
clap.
Well done. Good stuff.
Okay, so we're just going to announce who we as the challenge winner, and then we'll show Daryl's Dante off in a separate section. Okay, so let's go. So let me close this one away so we can actually have a reveal. So just slap it on the screen. Okay.
Enjoy that.
All right.
Yeah,
here we go.
You're right. Hang on. Rules. Yeah,
sorry.
Great stuff, by the way, everyone. You've done
an
amazing job, as always. And really, thank you very much for entering this little challenge. It's not always easy, but once again, these people have come through and they've done a great job.
I do actually have an idea for the next one if you haven't got one.
Okay.
But we'll come up with that in a minute. Unless you've got something you're itching to give out, Dom.
No, I want to see what you got, Tom.
It ties into something we were talking about earlier. But anyway, the winner of this month's challenge is... No, that's the wrong one. That was very embarrassing.
Ah!
It didn't change. Sorry, Orkster. Sorry to get your hopes up. Didn't change. It didn't save. It just put the same one back. It's bizarre. I'm trolling. No, I'm not trolling. No, that's terrible. No, Aaron, well done.
Well done, buddy. Well done.
Aaron, 100% Aaron. That's terrible. Oh, god damn it. Apologies.
Oh, amazing.
Yes, but we did have a quick chat beforehand, and with this one we thought was I think there was an incredible amount of effort went into this one. Not that you haven't do a lot of effort, but it was a very, very well done and very cool kind of updating of something that had been done over a decade ago. So really cool.
Well done.
Yeah.
So,
congratulations to you. All right.
Nice.
So,
what's your idea?
Well, I'll do Daryl's model first because he did. I did say we'd whack it up just so it's definitely saved this time. Don't worry. Jesus Christ. This is from Daryl, who's in chat. This was his Dante painting. I hope this was the right picture, Daryl. It's the only one I could actually see. So,
the shiny boy.
Shiny boy. I do like the work on the power axe there as well. Nice
Yeah,
to see
very
some
nice.
lightning crackles on there. Something that people sometimes don't forget, but I think it just maybe gets neglected a little bit. I'm guilty of it because I tend to do very hot white edges on mine pretty much. That's kind of what I like. But I like that though, because I like that kind of clean finish on them. But yeah, the thing is, Dante's a very nice model as well. I hadn't really seen him because he's obviously had a redo, hasn't he? So
It has a bit of a
yeah,
bit of a update, and yeah, he's an absolutely gorgeous model.
indeed.
So I look forward to seeing him on the battlefield soon, Daryl.
Yes, make
That'll
sure he
be
comes out to
very
fight.
nice. Yeah,
So.
yeah, and then yeah, see if he can stand up to Khan the Betrayer. Yes.
So, well done, Daryl. You can have a round of applause for your work and efforts. Keep it up. Don't stop.
Well done,
Congratulations.
Daryl. Well done. Clap, 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 clap.
Right. Now I will. Now the real winner is.
The winner of winners.
The winner of winners is. We should probably.
Da, da,
Do you
da,
know what we should have
da.
done, by the way? We should have kept track of all the winners over the year and then actually done a poll of polls for the best entry over the year. But I'll have to go back and watch all the streams now.
Good stuff. Well done, Tom. Good commitment levels.
Oh yeah. Okay, you doing it? Didn't think so.
Yeah. I'll watch all the odd ones. You watch all the even ones.
Anyway, so we were talking about knights and stuff like that earlier and things like that and all this kind of biz. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool if everyone was to either kit bash or paint their version or their interpretation of a knight in their favourite army?
A knight in their favourite
Yeah.
army. We're talking about like medieval knights.
Yeah, whatever you want. I think medieval would be a good. I mean, obviously, I would like to say medieval, but I wouldn't want to pigeonhole everyone into doing it in a very particular way because, you know, but something that aesthetically you think is knightly.
Yep.
It can be a single model. It could be a group of knights. You liking this one or just checking?
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there.
I think knighty noble.
Noble and knightly. Something, yeah.
Noble,
Noble knightly model. So you can do that in two ways. You can either have somebody who's very kind of, noble, or you could have somebody who's very knightly modelled. So I think that kind of looks good. And like I said, you don't have to paint it if you don't want to. You can kit bash something and make it look amazing. That will be accounted. But actually, maybe we could do it on two entries. We could do best conversion and best painted.
Yeah, that would
just
be
because
good.
that way we can get two sides of the crowd going, rather than just doing best painted. So yeah, if you don't want to paint it and you want just to do a pure kit bash of something that looks really cool and knightly, go for it. Or if you want to do something painted wise and in addition, we'll rate it on two. We'll do which one we think was converted the best, and which one we thought was painted the best of it. And it is possible for both to win, sadly, because obviously the conversion would still count if someone done it. So just bear that in mind. All right, it's not a witch hunt for non-painters. But the thing is, it's a lot of extra effort for someone to do, so we can't discount it, But one we will purely based on a conversion base, and on how it was done. Oh, okay. Orkster is watching. He's just yeah, fair enough. Well, when you do this, Orkster, apologies for accidentally on that reveal. That was not intentional.
We'll never see a live reaction now.
No, I know. It's sad. Well, we will, but in about 20 minutes' time.
Yeah. Very angry. What's all this?
Yeah, Rules Light. Something for you as well. Because it was your chat about your Dark Angels looking knightly with their swords and stuff like that. That was one of the things that I was thinking, that'd be quite a cool little idea. Yeah. So I'll write it up in Discord in a bit. So we can actually, so you got a date and stuff, but I'll just give you a rough idea now. Let's have a look. So we're 27th now. So you got 1, 2, 3, 24th of September. We'd definitely be streaming that night. Can't think of anything on the 24th. Oh, we'll say 24th of September or the 1st of October, depending on. Yeah. As long as the day that we can stream. Yeah. If stuff changes by then, we will obviously we'll just shift it a week. It's fine. You'll get an extra week to
Yeah,
finish it
and
off.
what we'll try and do the next few weeks of the stream is we'll talk about this. We'll have a little progress talk as well, and then people might suddenly get involved again and want to add into it and kind of
Yes.
jump on the bandwagon rather than starting from the get-go. We'll let you kind of think of your ideas, let them brew in your little mind, and then bam, you can start a little bit later.
That's right, friend, because you don't have to. Honestly, it's absolutely fine. This is we try and rotate it around a bit to give some different themes and idea. And at the end of the day, if you can just enter what you can, it's always appreciated when you enter. But I know once a month can be a bit much, especially if we're going for a very specific kind of theme. So that's fair enough. If you haven't got something you can do it with, not going to do it. But anyone who can't do it, if anyone's got nightly based models for starters, you ain't got any excuses.
Absolutely. Get on
Works
with it.
both
What can
ways.
I say?
Works both ways.
Yeah, definitely. Keep it out, find a night.
Right.
Guys, that was awesome. I think we're going to call it there.
Yeah, I think we'll call it there as well. Yeah, that's a good idea.
And yeah, be working on your night ideas.
I might do one for this, don't I? Maybe I'll do an Emperor's Champion inspired conversion.
Yeah, that'd be quite cool, I think. Yeah, it'd be nice.
Yeah.
But guys, yeah, make sure you do work on it. Stay amazing and great, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Tonight's been a fun stream. Let's keep it up. But anyway, as always, I am Dom. And this other guy is...
I'm Tom still. So.
We are Blacktoad Studios. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time.
Yeah.
Take care.
Take care, everyone. See you soon. Bye!